Alola Pyukumukrew, Namako here, and I want to do a video based on something that has been trending very much in regards to Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet. If you have seen the Scarlet and Violet books, then you will have seen these two drawings. This looks to be a past version of Suicune, or some formation of the legendary beasts, and some futuristic version of Virizion, or the Swords of Justice. Now, there's a lot of speculation that Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet is going to have some DLC that will expand further and make these two Pokemon a reality. However, I don't think that's the case, because there are some things in regards to both of these Pokemon that do not add up. And the main thing that does not add up to me is the legendary beast's origin. Let's go through the page in both the Scarlet and Violet books and see what it says about these two Pokemon. An imagined Pokemon. A drawing of a fantastical Pokemon as envisioned by our sketch artist. The size and ferocity of the strange Pokemon that dwell in Area Zero's lower reaches tickled the artist's imagination, prompting this sketch of what other species that inhabit these depths might look like. The word that stands out the most is fantastical. So let's take a look at its actual definition. Based on or existing only in fantasy or unreal. There are some speculations that the Paradox Pokemon, specifically all except Koraidon and Miraidon, are basically made up from some imaginary aspect, like maybe the dream world, and some variant of the past or the future are where these Pokemon are coming from. But I have reason to believe that these two Pokemon, this legendary beast fusion for the past, and this Swords of Justice fusion for the future, are not actually going to be Pokemon. It's just some fantasy thing to basically give some sort of shout out to those who make the fake mons. That's what I see this as. And here's the reason I am not buying these two being Pokemon or some DLC event. The first thing is the fact that the legendary beast's origin basically makes that past variant amalgamation of the legendary beasts not a thing. Because in case you have forgotten, the origin of the legendary beasts comes from them being in the Brass Tower when the tower went up in flames after a lightning storm. After the rain had got rid of the fire that was triggered by the lightning, the legendary Pokemon Ho-Oh appeared and revived 3 Pokemon that became Raikou, Entei, and Suicune. Now, the problem with that is that in order for this past fusion of the legendary beast to be a thing, Ho-Oh would have to have been involved somehow. And there's definitely no correlation to Ho-Oh in relation to this legendary beast fusion. In addition, there's also a 4th Pokemon in relation to the Swords of Justice, and that Pokemon is Keldeo. There's not really an aspect that connects Keldeo to this Swords of Justice futuristic fusion as well. So, these are basically teasers, but probably not likely a real Pokemon. At least that's what I'm seeing. Because, although there is some correlation between the legendary beast and the Swords of Justice, mainly the fact that they're all the same height, and that was amazing when I discovered this doing some research to do this video. Basically, I am not seeing this as something that'll be real on down the line. I know there is an assumption of some hexagonal crystal beast of some sort, that if there is a third version or a DLC, I think the focus will be on that. And these other two, they're not going to be a thing. I really don't think that's going to be the case. So, what do you guys think about these Pokemon? Or these Fakemon? And at this point in time, I'm convinced they're Fakemon. I see nothing based on the history of both aspects of these legendary trios that say these will be real Pokemon in the future. And the legendary beast's origin is basically the reason why I'm not buying either one of these being a real Pokemon. Because yes, this past variant creature has aspects of all three legendary beasts, and the future thing is an amalgamation of all three Swords of Justice, the main ones. But I'm not seeing anything that tells me they're going to be real. And I still believe that at this point. So, for the moment, I don't see these as actual Pokemon. Nor do I think they ever will be. It's probably just some nod towards those who make Fakemon. But that might just be about it. I don't see anything that tells me these are going to be actual Pokemon. And the legendary beast's origin is why. So that's it for this quick video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments below whether you think this Paradox Legendary Beast fusion or the Paradox Swords of Justice fusion might actually be a thing for whatever reason. Let me know if you believe that'll be the case, and leave your reasons down below in the comments sector. That's all for today, Pyukumukrew. Thank you for watching the video. I hope you all enjoyed it.
Namako bushi bushi, namako bushi bushi, namako bushi bushi, namako bushi bushi, namako bushi. So let's play together. Onaka no nakakara, Janken po.